According to the CMHC, more than 22 million housing units, including 3.5 million new units, will be needed by 2030 to achieve affordability for all Canadians. In today's video, we're going to discuss why CMHC suggests this and what it means for Canadian real estate. But first, let's roll the intro. Hey everyone, Josh here, and before we start, I just want to remind you to hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so that I can continue to make more content like this in the future. The latest CMHC report projects that if the current rates of new construction continue, the housing inventory will increase by 2.3 million units by 2030, reaching close to 19 million housing units. However, that number would actually need to climb to over 22 million to achieve affordability for everyone living in Canada, the report said. In other words, we would need the rate of housing starts to be more than double than what they are right now. According to the CMHC report, 2/3 of the 3.5 million housing shortfall is in Ontario and British Columbia, where housing markets are the least affordable. In the first quarter of this year, we saw the worst level of affordability since the early 1990s. Experts say that the last time housing was affordable was back in 2003 and 2004. At that time, an average household had to spend almost 40% of its disposable income to purchase an average home in Ontario. In British Columbia, it took 45% of income to purchase the same type of housing. In 2021, by contrast, Canadian households were expected to spend 60% of their disposable income on housing. This noted in the latest study produced by CMHC according to the Statistics Canada and MLS data. According to the report, Ontario is in need the most for additional housing. It notes that Ontario will need 1.85 million units by 2030. In order to achieve affordability in Quebec and British Columbia, they would need 620,000 units in Quebec and 570,000 units in BC. Much has changed over the last 20 years, particularly in some of the country's largest urban areas, and one of the reasons is that the demand has far outgrown supply. Housing is just no longer affordable for many low-income households. CMHC believes that housing opportunities must be created for all Canadians across the country. This would include increasing supply of home ownership housing and rentals. Other approaches to providing more affordable housing opportunities include the redevelopment of residential, industrial, and commercial buildings into multi-family housing. Increasing housing supply in both the rental and ownership market will be critical to achieving affordability, the CMHC reported. Canada's approach to dealing with the housing shortage needs to be rethought. The drive to boost supply by 3.5 million by 2030 seems aspirational, however, it is not very realistic. By doing the math, it means that roughly 440,000 new units per year would be needed. However, the all-time high for new starts in a single year is only 273,000. Meanwhile, the industry already seems to be running into its own supply constraints, whether that's a lack of skilled workers, rising building material prices, or the cost of land. It would seem that ramping up the home building activity would simply aggravate cost pressures on all of these fronts. Housing issues are complex, and housing supply alone won't fix affordability challenges for everyone. As interest rates continue to rise, perhaps that will help speed up the current challenges Canada is facing with its housing prices. If you've made it this far, I want you to let me know below in the comments what you think is the most effective solution for increasing housing affordability in Canada. Drop a comment below and let me know. That does it for this week's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications for more content like this. And I'll catch you next time.